So yes, once again, CD Projekt Red has been busy and they have done a stealth update to Cyberpunk on Steam, but we also have news on the PlayStation side of things as well, official news, by the way. But you know what? Let's just get straight into this right now. Check it out. It says right here we have a 10 gigabyte update. Right now it's installing for me. For some reason it's taking forever, but I really want to get in here and test it out. Yeah, so a lot of people are wondering, what in the world does this mysterious new update do? We have a thread right here. It says, I just got a 10 gigabyte update on Steam. Did anyone else? And the game version is still showing 1.5, so it's not like 1.52 or 1.51 or anything like that. However, we do have some confirmations as to what this new update actually does. Check it out right here. It says, new RTX local shadows graphics settings has been added to the game. Reports of improved general ray tracing performance. This is one thing that I was kind of nitpicky about in my recent review of Cyberpunk in 2022, is that I think they need to improve performance on ray tracing on both next-gen consoles and PC, and it looks like they're actually starting to do this very, very quickly. Let me know what you guys think of ray tracing now, if you're seeing any type of improvements. I myself, I need to get in there, try it, and then, you know, do a video or something like that down the road. But anyway, also default keybinds seem to have changed a little. Open main menu has changed from I to H on the keyboard. Open inventory is I and 0 is now, or O is unbound now. So yeah, some minor tweaks and changes right there. Don't know why they actually did that. Now, on the PlayStation side of things, we need to talk about this one right here. We have an official update. Let's zoom this in so you guys can see it. It says there's a software update for PS4 live now. Addresses the issues with the disc versions of Cyberpunk not launching on PS4 after installing the latest game patch. Please make sure to update your system. So I've already been seeing some PlayStation 4 users finally rejoicing about this one. So that's good news that they have tapped into that to old gen community player base, and they're not neglecting them, at least in that regard. So yeah, there's that. Now also, I asked you guys out on Twitter this question right here. Remember to follow me on Twitter, by the way. I love to see you guys respond to my questions and things like that. But check it out. It says, are you happy with Cyberpunk 2077 update 1.5? And 72.8% of you said yes, but 27.2% of you are saying no. You're holding out. You're saying that there needs to be further improvements to the game. And guess what? I don't blame you guys, of course. I know a lot of you want to see improvements to the police system and them further addressing life paths and things like that. I totally get where you're coming from. Now, this is very exciting, though. Cyberpunk is definitely on the right path. Check this out right here. Cyberpunk is hitting concurrent player numbers it hasn't seen since February 2021 after patch 1.5. This is very good news. Let's go straight to the Steam charts right now. We have 46,000 players playing it right now. This is a huge increase from like 2 weeks ago. As you can see, it's been kind of a gradual uptick, as you can see, and it keeps going up and up even after the new patch release. So people are willing to hop into this game and give it a chance right now, which is really, really cool to see. I'm curious to see what happens to the concurrent player numbers once we start getting into the big expansion. Hopefully we do have further free updates as well up into the point of the big expansions. Now, this is by far one of the most discussed things going on within the community, and I could not agree more. Check this out right here. It says, it would be great if Fixer eventually had a big mission like Dexter, and I couldn't agree more. There's a lot of untapped potential here with the type of missions we could experience regarding what the Fixers are giving. In my opinion, you know, the new update with the gigs, how you have to complete like 5 out of 5 gigs and things like that, it's cool because of the rewards, but in my opinion, it's also somewhat redundant, and I want to see story-driven content through and through. I don't want it to be mindless. Again, I just keep saying it, Ghost Tsushima is the way to go. If you look at the analytics on Ghost Tsushima, it has where players have finished the game the most out of basically any PlayStation game released, and it's because, in my personal opinion, because of those story arcs that are so intriguing, even on those side missions. So hopefully they could tap into that with the Fixers. I think it'd be very, very wise of CD Projekt Red to take some time out, sit down, play Ghost Tsushima, and really understand what they did there with the side missions. But this is really cool. There's another hidden update that was noted right here by, how do you say this? V. Ricken, YouTube. He says, another hidden update in 1.5, you can now climb, mount moving objects as opposed to grabbing the arrow when changing positions. And as you can see right here, it's a pretty cool little video. Yeah, that's actually really cool that you can do that now. So you can kind of parkour your way on to vehicles. So yeah, that's really, really cool. Now, also, again, some people are saying, or I think a lot of you might be saying this, how the police system is very underwhelming. This one comes from For English Press 2, and he highlights a video where the police are just not working whatsoever. A gang shootout here, and the police are like, huh? What's going on? Now, I've not run into this particular issue myself, but yeah, I imagine it does exist in the game. So I do hope that they flesh out the police system. That's the one thing, the next step I think they need to do when it comes to a free update is they need a police system update. They need to call it something like that for Cyberpunk. And I personally think that would actually get the attention of a lot of people to know that they have really fleshed out that police system for sure. All right, so let's keep going. So I myself have noticed some weather improvements, you know. I showcased right here, let me rewind this real fast, some of the sandstorms that are in Night City. This is really cool to see, and I was like, oh, I'm not even, you know, on a modded game, you know. This is, I think, yeah, this is actually on my PlayStation 5, because I've been bouncing back and forth between PlayStation 5 and PC just to see the differences, see if there's anything major going on there. But yeah, really cool to see sandstorms in the game like this. But this is really cool. One of the hot topics out there on the community here. This one comes from Phoenix Inferno. It says, the Glen apartment during a sandstorm. I want to see this so badly. You know, we have sandstorms here in Arizona, and they nailed the look of this. This is exactly what it looks like when you are in a sandstorm. So it would be cool to see that happen when you're actually in the Glen apartments, man. All right, so you know, recently I did a Cyberpunk review in 2022. You guys can check out the video on the channel, but I think it's time to go over your opinions about Cyberpunk after patch 1.5. There's varying opinions. In my opinion, it's somewhat divisive right now, but overall very positive. You know, CD Projekt Red, kudos for them for nailing the actual stream, the recent live stream that they did, of course, and just nailing this update down so well. So I've been overall very, very impressed with what they've actually done with Cyberpunk 2077. But let's get into some of the top comments here from you guys about my review. So let's dive into it right now. So here we are, review in 2022. Let's scroll down. It says, I love how some clothing have inherent buffs with mods on top. Netrunner suits, a quick hacking buffs, and a motorcycle suit I found had plus 35% fire resistance. This one comes from Austin. Yeah, they've done some really cool stuff with the clothing, but again, it's been kind of this double-edged sword. Overall, good improvement, but a lot of people are now screaming for a transmog system. So we'll see if that one actually happens. Zerth says the following: I only opened the game after the update, but everything seems to be way good except the changes for the armor mods. They have already changed their status. The crit got nerfed, so I really don't think the change for mods were needed. We lost a lot of customization with this change. And you know, CD Projekt Red, I believe on the live stream, they've gone on record saying they did this because they want you to hone in to specific particular play styles, and really kind of, instead of being a jack of all trades, I guess you would say, really specialize your character so that you can fill the unique play styles. And they kind of highlighted this, I believe, with what you can do actually with the throwing knives in the game. I myself have had a ton of fun with the throwing knives in Cyberpunk 2077, but I get it from both perspectives, you know, and I think they're doing this to increase replay value overall with this game. It's interesting because on one side of the thing, one side of the fence, they've said that they've adjusted the economy so you can experience everything, but they're kind of limiting what you can do with mods now, so you're not so OP. And I also think it deals with, of course, you have to remember the difficulty. It's been one of the biggest complaints with the game. The game has been too easy. This has definitely upped the difficulty for Cyberpunk. So from the perspective of the developers, I do get where they're coming from, but I also understand the community's complaints. Now we have this one from Eye of Center, who goes on to say this: definitely thinks it's a very good start, still has a lot of room for improvement, and some of the things in this patch either doesn't work or introduces new bugs, but the game needs more content like this. Yeah, CD Projekt Red, they've said that they are still, of course, addressing bugs, but it's not priority compared to adding new content. That's their main thing right now. They want to get new content out to us. So I really want to hear about this new expansion. That's all I'm going to say. Daniel L says it's definitely better than the initial release. Yeah, light years ahead of what I was playing in the initial release. I can actually go through the story without having these characters completely muted, and I'm scratching my head wondering what in the world they're saying. So I'm personally thrilled about being able to actually sit down and enjoy, this game. Now we have this one from Moon Lesnong, who says this right here. He says, I'm pretty sure they advertised being able to find an outfit and basically upgrading it to your liking. Then released it with an armor rating, which totally throws that out. So you are swapping ugly clothing for a higher stat. Kind of sucks. Would be cool if I'm level 50, total badass, and I can change my clothes and retain my unique set of skills to kill. I don't want armor rating. So again, see, there's a lot of people that do not want this. Landy Smith says, thank you for your dedication to keeping us updated on Cyberpunk, a true tomb indeed. No problem, man. Yeah, I am going to keep you guys updated on this game. In fact, on this franchise, no matter what. So forever, basically, as long as I keep going with Cyberpunk, I will update you guys when I would think they would be doing a Cyberpunk 2077 sequel. So when that happens, I have you guys covered, and then I hope to update you guys about this Witcher 3 next gen update happening, and then anything on the side of CD Projekt Red acquiring studios. They're working with the Molasses Flood on those new games based on either it's going to be The Witcher or Cyberpunk. So I do have you guys covered. Stay tuned. But yeah, I'm curious. Follow me out on Twitter. Let me know your opinions, everyone. Be sure to answer the poll. Would love to have you guys say hello. Don't be afraid to follow me. I'm going to include that link in the description below and as, I guess, the top comment. But thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.